Hey everyone, welcome back to Brian's Mysteries and Adventures on Trail. I hope everyone is having a happy holiday season or whenever you happen to watch this video. Before I get started, if you haven't subscribed, I'd ask you to please consider subscribing. It's free and really helps the channel out a lot. Today we are going to be talking about the disappearance of Larry Conn. He went by Larry. He disappeared in 2012, more specifically roughly on October 19th of 2012 in the Kings Canyon National Park, Inyo National Forest area. I'm going to have various maps up. This is a picture of Larry. He was only 53 years old in good health. He was very familiar with the outdoors. He loved it. He was working as a lawyer at a very prestigious Los Angeles law firm. Here is a picture of that in the Beverly Hills area. But his passion was the outdoors. He was familiar with this hike that he was planning on doing, which was a 3-day hike that he planned on starting at the Taboose Trailhead. Now I'm going to have various maps up. This is just to give you an idea of the area. The Taboose Pass, where he was going to cross over and then maybe head into the John Muir Wilderness or the John Muir Trail. This is a picture of the trailhead where he would have started and then headed out towards the pass. Although he was only planning a 3-day hike, he came well prepared. He had over 5 days worth of food, water, a double wall tent, plenty of other provisions. He was very familiar with getting caught in various positions, so he knew to come prepared. This is a picture of when you get to the actual Taboose Pass. It's 11,352 feet. Here is a picture of what it might have looked like when he started out. It was late October. There hadn't been any snow at that point. It was getting colder in the area. He felt confident, but even in this situation, he brought extra layers of clothing. Here's another picture of Larry on one of his numerous hikes in the Sierra Nevada mountains, especially Kings Canyon National Park and Inyo National Forest. He just loved this area. It is a very beautiful area. I've hiked it myself. It is absolutely gorgeous. That said, the climb to get up to Taboose Pass is roughly 6,000 feet, and it is a strenuous hike. He was familiar with this. He knew what he was doing. But unfortunately, something happened. We still don't know to this day what happened. When he failed to return after his intended date, which was October 22nd of 2012, his co-workers alerted the Inyo County Sheriff's Office of his disappearance on October 23rd. They were extremely concerned because a huge blizzard had moved into the area. This blizzard had come in very fast. It dropped between 12 and 18 inches of snow depending on the area. Where he was believed to be hiking, they thought that it was roughly 16 inches of snow. The Inyo County Sheriff's Office immediately got the Inyo County search and rescue teams involved. Ultimately, this search involved 10 different groups, various dog teams. The search didn't actually get started until October 24th of that year. At that time, it involved 56 ground search agencies. They were going up through rugged terrain and had to consider the fact that he might have wandered off in different directions. So they were having crews up to elevations of over 13,000 feet, which the weather was even worse. Actually, unfortunately, they had to evacuate some of their own team members because of various weather-related incidences or injuries. They were also simultaneously looking for another hiker who had also gone missing. Thankfully, he was found relatively soon after he had gotten lost. Larry sadly remained missing, and the conditions just continued to get worse, especially for the ground personnel. This was into almost the 7th day, where sadly, because of all the efforts that they had made and because that they had to start evacuating some of their own personnel, that they did eventually have to call off the search. These are just some pictures of the search and what they were going through. You can see they were climbing through massive amounts of snow and ice and rocks and boulders. It was obviously heartbreaking when the search was scaled back and eventually called off, but people had faith in Larry. They thought that he probably was out there somewhere. He knew the mountains. They thought that he had probably hunkered down somewhere to wait out the weather. Unfortunately, these thoughts dwindled as he never was found or never showed up. They reinstated the search next June of 2013. I want to show you a picture of one of the search grids. Now, I know it can be hard to read, but all the orange lines represent the ground efforts. The gray bars represent all the helicopter approaches and flyovers. This was a massive search effort with many combined efforts. Like I said, after the second search got started in June, a couple days later, a hiker came across a hiking boot near the Taboose area where he was thought to have gone missing. This hiking boot was later linked and confirmed to be one of Larry's boots. This is roughly the area of Taboose Pass where this hiking boot was found. They also then found a smashed tent, various other items that were located at 11,400 feet in elevation by another hiker who knew of this disappearance and reported it to the Inyo County Sheriff's Office. The authorities then found what they believed to be human remains located right near the Kings Canyon National Park boundary sign, as well as a cell phone, an iPhone that was determined to be Mr. Conn's. This cell phone, an iPhone, would later be instrumental in them determining at least what some believe could have happened to him. Even the coroner's office at the time, with the remains that were sent back to them, even with the dental records, they could not confirm that it was Larry Conn. They were still working on the case, but at the time, the spokesperson for the Inyo County coroner's office said that they just could not make a confirmation. There were other things in this case that did not add up to both the coroner and the investigative agencies. They found his remains outside of the tent. All of his friends believed that why would he do this? They thought that what happened that night, even if a storm had moved in, he would have set up his tent, gotten in the tent, put on his layers, gotten in his sleeping bag, most likely would have tried to wait it out. The temperatures were only reported to be in the low 20s, which is cold, but he was prepared for that. He had the right gear. They also didn't understand why he wouldn't have tried to descend the mountain, why he was found at such a high elevation. Why was he found outside the tent, and why was he found without his clothing on? Now, this could be attributed to animals. It was just very difficult for all of the investigators to believe how this could have happened, why he was not found inside the tent. This is believed to be his tent. After several more investigations by the coroner's office and forensic analysis of the iPhone, they were able to determine by using these analysis that he had attempted to make several emergency calls. Unfortunately, those did not go through. The coroner's office was also not able to determine cause of death. Is it possible that he suffered an injury? Is it possible that he wandered away from his tent for a minute to use the restroom or something and got hurt? We don't know, and we still to this day don't know. I want to dedicate this video to Larry Conn, his friends, his family, and everyone who worked so hard to bring him home. It is not unusual for hikers to go missing and get lost in this area. The circumstances of this case are what make it very unusual. I want to thank you all for watching. As always, special thank you to co.ag for providing the background music. Hopefully I will see you all in the next one. Take care. Hey everyone, thanks for sticking with me till the end. I would definitely like to hear your thoughts and opinions on this case, what your theories are. This man was very experienced, he was very knowledgeable. He had more than enough gear and food and supplies for more than almost double what his hike was originally planned for. I want to wish everybody a happy New Year's, I hope everybody is having a great holiday season. Looking forward to a new year in 2024. If you have any case suggestions, please email them to me. My email is in the description. If you'd like to make a donation to the channel, all that information is in the description as well. I really appreciate everything and everyone, all of you. You've been so wonderful this year. I'm working on the calendars. If this is something you might be interested in buying, please let me know in the comments so I can get a general idea of how many I should order for the first batch. I want to say thank you to all of you for all your comments, your support, your feedback, everything you've done to help this channel. It means the world to me. It is my birthday this week, and it's the first birthday I will be spending without my uncle, so I apologize about my voice. I'm still in the denial phase and missing him very much. You all have been wonderful, those of you that have sent cards, your appreciation, your thoughts, and your goodwill. I just can't thank you enough for all your support. Wishing you all the best in the new year.